When life is at its toughest, the best thing you can do is just take small steps. As someone who lives with mental health challenges, I understand very well what it feels like when you physically and mentally are not capable of doing much of anything. When you're in that mental state, it seems as if it's hard to move, much less do anything major. But what you may not realize is taking the smallest steps or the smallest action can have a tremendous effect on how fast you move through this tough time in your life. Because tiniest of actions make a huge difference. And it doesn't have to be all at once, just one step at a time. And I mean that literally. Sometimes it means getting out of bed, putting one foot on the floor and moving your foot one in front of the other to get yourself some breakfast or to maybe wash your face or brush your teeth. It can be the smallest, simplest things that propels you to do the next simple thing. If you keep creating simple and doable steps for yourself, it is very likely that you will be able to achieve them and continue to progress each day and quickly get out of this situation that you find yourself in. When I found myself heavily medicated, waking up in the different psychiatric wards, it was hard to move. It was hard to talk and to really communicate or even want to be in the presence of other people. At that time, I really didn't have a choice. If I wanted to get out of there and go back home, I needed to follow the steps and listen to the technicians and the doctors there in order to improve my physical and mental state enough that they felt comfortable to let me go home and be out of the care of medical professionals. I think the major thing to remember is to not condemn yourself for whatever state you are in. That will only make you feel worse about your situation. On my most difficult days, the one trick that I remember doing was to tell myself all I had to do was put one foot in front of the other and count my steps. And I knew I can count to four. And once I made it to four, I could just start over again. When life feels overwhelming, allow yourself a moment to rest, something that I think a lot of us deem as a luxury. But in actuality, if you don't allow your body and your mind time to rest and fully rejuvenate, especially coming out of something really difficult or challenging, it's okay to slow down, to take it easy. Because when the load you're carrying is too much for you, if you do not allow yourself the grace to put it down for a bit, this is how we overextend ourselves and go from anxious to stressed to overwhelmed to shut down. This can create negative long-term strain and stress on us. If you need a break, take a break. What that might look like is to sit down for 5 minutes, wherever you are, and just breathe. Remind yourself there's no one taking score or keeping track of what you're doing every second of the day. It's okay for you to take some time out to take care of yourself. That is not selfish and probably the most selfless thing you can do. Because the more you take care of yourself, the more you have of yourself to give to others. During this time, be excessively gentle with yourself. This is a reminder I use for myself during these stressful times. Until next time, love and be kind to yourself as best you can.